sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And incomplete to open things up. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw on 2nd and 10. Purdy. This pass out wide to Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw, look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Falcons had 7-4 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
They go play action here. Purdy.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
A give running right is Hall.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson, off play action. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Purdy off the play fake.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Breece Hall, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front.
Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Oh, the ball is hit. Watson lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
Back to throw, Watson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. He gets it underneath to Hall. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Watson. This is caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. DJ Chark, 31 yards. And the Buccaneers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
After the interception, here's Watson. That one complete. He finds Sharp. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Purdy. Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Shotgun now with Purdy. He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Fourth down try. Here's Purdy.
It's hauled in by Hardy. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
Looking for right, and he finds him.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it.
So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess is in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, and just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Deontay Hardy
from 6 yards away.
And the Falcons have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taken in at the 3.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Last time out, they had the fumble that led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. On the out route, he's got Mostert. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Now Watson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Again, it's Watson.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea. But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Marquise Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Buccaneers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Watson. Complete. Smith has it. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
On second down, Mostert. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here comes Mostert. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Watson off play action. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Chandler Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
After the sack on first down, Watson escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Bucs have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Purdy, he's got Njoku over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Play action, now Purdy.
rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd and 10, Purdy. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Breece Hall with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. He's got a man complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Purdy from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Hamler now on the return.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play of this football game. They'll try and run here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a comp.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to make it a 2-score game. And he missed it. Gonzalez has pushed it to the right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hall again. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Purdy.
And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Purdy, big fourth down play.
Wright's got it.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Watson. And that's complete to Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw, Watson.
Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Watson to throw.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are, season of giving, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta Falcons, and we are back underway. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime, they've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw, Purdy.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Give to Hall running right.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defense with field position.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles.
He's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, Watson. Smith catches left side.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Watson.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Falcons, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll try to